well, I'm not sure if the review will happen today. It's pretty nasty outside. It's been snowing, now it's freezing rain. Like it's a nasty day out. But I might still try this just for you, the viewers. What this is, I've wanted one of these for a while. This is a tent stove. Before those hot tents. I don't have a hot tent yet, but I reached out to people at vevor and they sent me one for a project review. So, without further ado, unboxes. I think there's some assembly required. Double check this is recording, so I don't do this twice. Yeah, it's recording. So, anyways, box opener for the day is a CRKT spring assisted. You can't buy spring assisted knives in Canada anymore. You still own them, but the government, you know, too fucking dangerous. This one doesn't work. I actually don't like this style knife might be good for a first responder cutting webbing or something, but it's kind of useless to me. But so it's now a box opener. I have lots of knives. Okay. Not very sharp either. I think so. I don't like this knife. I've used it and beat it up, and it needs a good sharpening. Which I might do later today, because sharpening is easy. Okay, I threw this in the back of my truck from work and left work early because I was a little slow. So let's put this on the floor and take out the contents. I know nothing about wood stoves. I really don't. I'm not good on the damper opening. Maybe there's some information in here. Vevor or vevor. Tough tools, half the price. Picture of stove. Please wait for the stove to cool down before you store it. Yeah, it's, you know, chocolate ice cream goes in the freezer. Yeah, lots of useful information in there. Yeah, it's got a carry bag. That's kind of handy. So I'm guessing that's the top piece. It looks like the flange that goes on the stove. There's going to be some assembly required for sure. Piece of stovepipe. I'm not going to unwrap everything to show you the contents. Oh, it gives you some. These are like canvas gloves. They're, oh my god, these are horrible. Oh, that's. I thought they were going to fit nice like a welding glove, but I think I might throw these in the trailer for camping use. But I mean, these are horrible gloves. Anyways. I mean, there's not so much assembly required after all. Oh god, this thing's tiny. So flippin' tiny. I like it. So, like I said, I don't have much experience with camp stoves like this, but a buddy of mine, Chris, who has a channel called Indie Woods, he has one. I was talking to him about these stoves, and he said really you only get like an hour and a half burn time. Which, that kind of sucks. But another caveat to that is here in Alberta, we have birch for hardwood. Down south, I think there's some other indigenous hardwoods and the other stuff that's planted. There's a lot of ash ground and stuff like that that the city has planted. But really for trees you go harvest, the only real hardwood is birch. And even birch is a low-grade firewood compared to some of the stuff. Stupid dogs. Some of the stuff you have in eastern North America, right? Like oak and maple and stuff. It's got top plate. That's aluminum. I might replace that with steel or stainless steel because this gets hot. This could. So what else is in here? Let's open this up. Start pulling crap out. Stovepipe. Looks like it's all in 12-inch sections. That's maybe longer, 12 inches. 12. That's probably 12 inches. Maybe a little better. When you work with measurements, you kind of learn what your stretch out on your finger is, so you can like, it's trade worker stuff. Bunch of probably high quality Chinese hose clamps. More of that. More of that. These are the side racks that just kind of sit in the pockets on the side here. I'm not going to put those on for demo use today. But yeah, I'm actually surprised how assembled it was. I thought it was going to be complete. Some stuff needs tightening up. Allen key fasteners. That's kind of weird. But anyway, so I'm going to put this together and then tighten everything up. And then bring you guys back. And we'll test this bad boy out. Now, one thing I don't know. It doesn't actually have a grate for putting the wood on. Scratch shit out of the coffee table. You know what I mean? It's just a bare surface there, which I don't like. That I might actually make something. As you can see what I'm showing. Like in there, it's just a bare bottom. I'll probably cut a piece of expanded metal or perf that kind of sits maybe like a half inch above that, because that is not ideal. But it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So I'm going to find some tools to give every fastener on this thing a tighten, and then finish assembling it, and then we will take it outside and see what we can do. Oh, here's the workaround. So Chris Eastman, India Woods, he was saying these have a low burn time. And the quality of wood in Alberta is questionable at best. I mean, we got tamarack, we got lodgepole pine, stuff like that. But a Canadian Tire, maybe some people think it's purpose, but you can buy these. And these are cheap. And what they are is recycled hardwood compressed. So I'm hoping those will work better in here. Hopefully they'll fit too. Oh yeah, they'll fit. Because on the package on these, they say burn time burns 3 to 4 hours in an open fireplace and 4 to 6 hours in a wood stove. So if you can get this thing going and shove 2 of these in here, it might burn for a long time. But we're going to find out, because, I mean, if you're in the West where with softwood, it burns fast. I mean, I love softwood. I love burning softwood. I like the crackliness of it. But in a wood stove, it's not ideal. Anyways, be back in a bit. So since it's been most of the day snowing and now it's raining, I'm just going to try using these fire blocks as is with some fire starter, and hopefully they will catch. And it's like 2 o'clock right now, and we'll see how this does. Just using this by the stuff Canadian Tire. I don't know what it is, but it works good. I take this stuff camping just to, because the wife doesn't like when I use gas. I mean, I can start a fire other ways, but I'm lazy, so. Anyways, we'll get this going and see what happens. Okay, so we got the fire starter going. I'm going to close the door and just leave it for a bit and come back in like 10 minutes, see what's happening. Okay, so it's been going for about 15 minutes there. Those logs seem to be on fire, so that's good. I got a pot of water with half full. Just want to see if it's going to boil it. So just going to leave that on there, see what happens. It's minus 10 Celsius out here, so I don't know if that is in Fahrenheit. It's making heat. But we'll see if it's enough to boil water. I'm sure in an enclosed tent it'll be a whole different ball game, right? Zoom out there. But yeah, it's going. We'll see if that boils or if the water freezes. What happens first? Bum bum bum. Okay, so the water's boiling now. After 10 minutes, I put the lid on because it's cold out here. I mean, as soon as I put the lid on, a minute later it was boiling, so it works. But use a lid. It's cold out here. But I mean, if you're in a tent though, even if you didn't use a lid, it'd probably work faster. But I mean, you're just gonna get all the evaporation from cooling effect, right? But yeah, it's boiling water. That's a good thing, so I can make my Kraft dinner, or in the, as you call it in the States, Kraft mac and cheese. So here we are. We are at the 2-hour mark. It's still burning in there, so it's still making nice heat. It's hard to tell because it's we're not in an enclosed space, right? But yeah, it's making heat. It's doing what's supposed to do. You have to make a china cap for it, but that's not a big deal. Yeah, it's kind of petering out though. I mean, I was hoping for like 4 hours burn time, but I think that's a pipe dream. But yeah, still, it's a pretty good little stove. Okay, so we're 2.5 hours in, and the fire is basically out. I'm gonna try to shove another one of those compressed hardwood logs in there and see if it'll catch. But at this point, I'm not sure if they'll use those firewood logs are any different, because I mean, really, it's not really putting off a ton of heat anymore. Oh, it's still hot, but that's aluminum. But yeah, so I mean, they are what they are. I mean, really, even those logs, realistically, you have 2 hours burn time. I might try getting some solid birch and trying that in there. We'll see what happens. Hey, so notes on that stove. So realistic burn time, even with those compressed hardwood logs, you're looking at 2 hours. And that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'm still happy with it. I'm going to use it in a hot tent. Just keep a lot of wood, and I'm not a sound sleeper anyway, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Anyways, hope everyone's have a great day. Take it easy. Bye.